a lot of people got the money, but the song may not connect with the people, you know. But you find your audience. The key thing is finding who wants to listen to your music.
Man. Yo, we back, man, with another episode of Stats Global Podcast, yo. We back in my hometown, back in Danville, man. It's been a long time coming right here, so I'm pretty excited, man. We're going to give y'all some more gems. Gotta get my mind right. I almost cried. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. Let's get it. I'm just kidding, man. Man, I'm here with my longtime friend, business partner, everything, man. Like, this is my brother right here. High school, elementary school, middle school. When it come down to, like, having somebody on a basketball court and beating them. You know what I'm saying? That's really where how far back we go. You know what I'm saying? All the way. BMF is out. From the womb to the tomb. Nah, we ain't womb to the tomb, but you get the concept, man. But I'm here with my guy, man. I call him Bryant, but I'm going to let him go ahead and let y'all know who he is.
What up? This is BZZY OG, also known as Busy, or B, whatever you want to call me.
Let's go, man. So that name is interesting, and it actually stands out. So where did it come from? How you even started getting called Busy? Because, I mean, you know, Bryant to Busy.
Well, Brian and Busy, I mean, shoot, I can't really say it was like a big, long story behind it. You know, well, one of my favorite artists was Busy Bone and all that type of stuff, so I was, like, influenced by that. So I used to have a little different variations of the name. I was Busy, then I took the I out, and added OG, really just for, like, SEO purposes.
Gotcha.
You'll be able to find me easier.
Yeah, okay, marketing 101. You see that? SEO. That's dope, man. So, what do you do? Like, who are you? What you do?
Well, Brian, Busy OG. I'm a father, artist, entrepreneur. A man of many hats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have music out here. Like, what genre would you say?
Hip hop, man.
Hip hop is dead. No, I'm just kidding. Hip hop is dead.
Hold on. Can I say something?
Yeah.
I just want to tell you this, man. I'm proud of what you're doing here.
Appreciate it, man.
It's been a long time coming. Yeah, I don't know how many times the Rashida then wrecked her brain, then bought equipment, then painted walls, then did all type of shit to get here. Can I cuss on here? Yeah, all type of shit she was doing, man. We'd have been there, seen that. So I'm glad to see it coming into fruition.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Congrats to y'all on this, man. Stats Global.
Yeah.
Going global.
We going global, man.
Yeah.
We going global. So, I mean, like I said, just getting back into it, like, you definitely have been an inspiration to me, inspiration out here to the youth, inspiration, I know, to your kids. So, you know, when I say who you are, you said father first. So, I mean, like, what does that family life look for you?
Family life, man. I got a total of 5 little ones, man.
Okay.
It ain't always been rough. I mean, it ain't always been good, but it's been a journey that I'm glad I've been able to work on throughout my life. You know what I'm saying? I had kids young. I was 19 when I had my first son.
Okay.
And then after that, well, actually, before we had him, I was already in the Navy. So, you know, a lot of his younger life, I was deployed. So same thing for my 13-year-old son as well.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the time when they was real young, you know, I was out the Navy and you know doing that whole thing. So.
Okay.
But yeah, and then I got two. Well, I got a bonus baby. She's 8, and then I got 2 little knuckleheads right now. 2 in 1, which is Kingdom and Champion. So.
Any significance in those names? I like those.
Kingdom.
Champ is my guy, man.
Right.
Champ is my guy.
Nah, so Kingdom, that was the name that my old lady came up with.
Okay.
Her grandmother was a pastor, and she said she had a dream, well, not dream, but she could just always picture her grandmother's preaching from the pulpit, talking about the kingdom. So that was something that she wanted to name, and I ain't have a problem with that. I actually liked it. Yeah. And then Champ is the name I came up with.
Okay.
Just being honest, he beat the Plan B pill and COVID.
I know that's right. Hey, yo, that's what I'm talking about.
So look, man, he already was starting out. You know what I mean? So
that's
Champ,
powerful, yo.
and I'm telling you,
he is definitely a champion.
he's living up to his name, man.
Yes, every day. Wow, I didn't even know that. I just thought she was being a little lyrical and a little deep.
I mean, it's deep. Because I ain't going to lie. When I got that call, I said, damn, you said, you what?
Life changing.
I need my $50 back. Fuck.
Hey, yo, that's crazy.
I'm serious, man.
Oh, man. Wow,
I'm serious. But, yeah, it's fun, though. I mean, like I said, I'm learning every day. Just trying to be better than I was yesterday.
Oh yeah, man. So we graduated together. Ironically, man, we graduated high school together, man, back in 2005. Definitely had different paths. I left and went to college and went on my way. What did you do when you graduated?
Like I said, I went to the Navy.
Okay.
Which is cool. I did 6 years in the Navy.
Okay.
I lived out in Norfolk for the first 3 years. Then I lived out in Chicago for a year of that time, and then I came back and finished out the rest of my time in Norfolk.
Okay.
So yeah.
Norfolk is a popping area. Out in
Norfolk, 7 cities. That's my second home, man.
Okay, I hear a lot of good things about it out there, man. I only hit the beach up. I have been to Hampton, been to Norfolk, but
yeah, we done linked in the beach before. I remember that. Yeah. You coming down, you and your moms and all them out, seeing you out to the beach. Yeah, for sure.
You said number one reason why we came out there. My mom, man, that's her favorite place to be, man. The beach. So that was I definitely remember that. Yep, definitely had a good time. Yeah, all day, man. Networking, man. But yeah, like you said, networking, building that relationship. So I mean, you graduate in high school, and then you go to the Navy. We link up out in Norfolk. Fast forward to what is 2020? I want to say it was 2020. I'm riding down the street. I mean, of course, we follow each other on social media, seeing everything around. I'm like, I'm, deep in entrepreneurship at this point. I'm riding through Danville, city we grew up in. Like somebody I know. Seeing him and another friend of ours, and I was like, nah, let me turn around, man. I turned around, and my goal was to say, hey, look, 'cause I saw you doing your music online. My goal was to link up with you and work together to use your, for us to be able to use the studio equipment to build music and not music, because I'm not an artist whatsoever, but to get a music studio going, your equipment, my business idea, and just, take over the area. And like I said, fast forward to today, that's where we're sitting at right now. That's not even started, because I was driving, I'm like, yo, turned around. But even more interesting, like I'm currently coaching middle school basketball, and I get the opportunity to see, your second born son play basketball. And might I say, he is definitely a great athlete, man.
Man, he gonna take it farther than we all did.
Oh yeah.
We just got to get that other part tweaked. Once we get that tweaked, he gonna be straight.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. So, speaking of the studio and stuff like that, music, like, how did you even get started with music? I mean, I know we did band together in middle school, but to be an artist, like, how did they even start?
I think when I first started, man, it was just, I always had an affinity for hip hop. I mean, I was the oldest, so I was the oldest by like 4 years from my little brother, so I always had my own room, and we had cable, man. The only thing I kept my TV on was BET. You know what I mean? Like, I just watched this back in Rap City, all that. Yeah. When there was nothing but videos on there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So from that, like, I just grew to love hip hop, and I just started out writing other artists' lyrics down. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Just trying to mimic my favorite artists or whatever. And it was one summer where a good friend of mine, Jamar, ended up moving into the neighborhood. He knocked on my door, and he was like, "Yo, man, I rap. You wanna be? Let's start a group together." Okay. And that's really how it started. We was about 15, and we just started recording out of his house. He had like a little tape deck rigged up over here that's connected to this tape deck. Now, one thing I can say is when it came down to the science aspect of recording, he had that shit down pat. Okay. I didn't know nothing about that, but he just had that. He had it all set up to where I could record and write my best 16, and you know what I mean. And we just had fun doing that. So that's really how I started, man. It started in a group, and I just stuck with it. I had moments where I just kind of like fell back and didn't do anything or whatever, but it's always something that stuck with me, like therapy.
Okay. So your outlet, your way to release and tell your story and stuff like that. Okay. What I mean, what kind of projects do you have out now? Like, what's the music scene looking like for you?
So right now, I'm actually going into a campaign, which is year 2023, year Jordan, as we all talked about.
Yeah.
It's called. I got mine. It's called the Game 6 campaign.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be releasing one song a month starting February 5th.
Okay.
Throughout the entire year, one song a month with the merch, with NFTs as well, and what with the NFTs is gonna be a premium price on it, but it's gonna be a lot of amenities that come with it. You be able to get into OG Sundays for free, which I guess we'll talk about that soon.
Yeah.
You can be able to get into OG Sundays for free. You get free merch, and also you'll own 3% of the record.
Okay.
And royalties. So yeah, we working on that, which is already pretty much done, and I'm releasing a video every month.
Okay.
With all of these records. So yeah.
That's pretty dope. That's gonna be pretty dope, man. That's a major campaign. Yo, Jordan did it big, so I get it. I get it, man. Yeah.
I'll tell you. I mean, my if everything go right in my head, by the time we look back on this next year, it's gonna be to a whole nother level.
All the way to the top, man. We going to the we going global, yo. We going global.
Ain't no other way.
Yeah. So I heard you mention OG Sundays. Like, what is that?
So OG Sundays is when you actually approached us, and we were doing the booth. The booth didn't turn out like exactly in time, like how we wanted it. But my business partner out in New York, Dan Sand, my guy, he right, Dan the man. But nah, he was like, yo. So all right, so just to give you the full backstory. They got a label. Well, they had a company called Muse. Okay. Music Unites Souls Everywhere, where they put on concerts in Brooklyn, where any artist can come in, perform, but the thing is, they get a percentage of their ticket sales. Okay. Right. Yeah. So when we ended up linking up, long story short, we ended up linking up. We ended up doing a partnership together. It just made more sense for them to instead of throwing those for every other artist. Yeah. To just focus on the brand of the artistry that they have the partnership with, which is BZZY OG. And it took us a little while to kind of think of the name, and I was like, OG Sundays probably be something that'd be dope. So we thought, fast forward to the building, you had the space, it was a little rough around the edges. However, it had to. It was a little rough around the edges, but we kind of made it. We made it into like, what I'm saying, like it was a good aesthetic, and I think it was coming along. But we was throwing these concerts, and what I was doing was, it was definitely building our brands together, bringing people towards the building, and also building the Muse brand. Yep. But we was also partnering with other artists locally in the area. Yep. And what we was doing was it's basically just cross-marketing at its finest. Oh, yeah. I bring my audience, you bring your audience, you bring your audience. We all come in, put on a good show, and we all get to make some money.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I feel like it's a win-win for a local artist to come in and be able to get there. We got some of these artists who've never even performed before, paid for their appearances to be able to do what they love to do. So I'm very proud of that. I know you're very proud of it.
Very much so.
And so that's OG Sundays. Do. Yeah. So that's OG Sundays. So so that's the thing. I just wanted to live up to that and just be a staple in the community, and it's turning into that for real.
Oh yeah, for sure. So we definitely started at the building. Shout out to Manifest Your Vision Studios, man. I'm manifesting my vision still. The name is a token. It's gonna stick with me forever. Still to come. I'm manifesting my vision right now. I'm sitting there looking at you. No, I'm just kidding. Let me stop. But I'm manifesting my vision. So, the building, as entrepreneurs, we know stuff don't always go well, falls through. But through it all, like, we're friends, business, we work together, business partners. So we went through, ups and downs, met, talk about childhood stuff. Boom, went in business together. Boom, had some issues because the building was falling apart. Other stuff with the business fell apart. But look at where we are right now. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm very much so proud of just speaking of my growth, but just proud of being able to speak to that, you know what I'm saying? Coming from the city we grew up in, like, normally little things, just small things just tear everything apart and it just goes left. Right. But, I mean, again, we're still here right now working together, which we went, like I said, from the building to now. Where are we now?
So now we had Culture Restaurant and Lounge.
Man.
And first show was sold out. We was at the capacity. It was hot as fuck. The second one was a slightly less crowd, but it was a comfortable crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I think for long we're gonna have to probably move, kind of move it around a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe move outside because it's gonna keep growing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but all things that that were talked about, behind the scenes that a lot of people don't get to see. Like we sat in a building with nothing in there but a stage and the floor, no curtains, no nothing. We cleaning and buying curtains. We actually got handmade curtains.
Yeah, don't talk about what happened to that.
We had handmade curtains and equipment. Yes, yeah. Shout out to him. And so like I said, I'm pleased that where we are right now, man. Just as young black professionals, man, that went from high school to wherever we went, college, Navy, to now in our own respective careers and still doing what we want to do at the end of the day, and it's amazing, man. So, like I said, you said thank you already. I'm gonna thank you as well because hey, without certain moments, without that push, with OG Sundays, it's no telling where I'd be right now or if even anything would even transpire because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, OG Sundays forced me to step my game up, get the building ready, get certain things in order so that way we can actually partner together. And Manifest Your Vision Studios will have a name or something behind OG Sundays as well because partnering with two names don't mean nothing if they come to OG Sundays and Manifest Your Vision Studios don't exist. Right. It's like, okay, is it an event space or is it a business? Right. So like I said, I do appreciate the opportunity for that, which brings us to Dan the Man. Uh-huh. How did you even meet Dan?
Well, shoot, Dan actually, my man Gator, shout out to him because he's another pivotal person.
Okay.
Gator Money. He just dropped a new single today, matter of fact. Y'all go check that out. Gator Money on everything. So y'all go check my boy out. But I got introduced to Dan by Gator because me and my brother Darren had the app.
Okay.
The music app that we were pushing at the time. So Dan, he's a consultant, of course, and he loved it. He wanted to come on and help grow the business and this, that, and the third, and it didn't happen. My brother wasn't with it. You know what I'm saying? My brother, he's a real reserved kind of guy. Yeah. And he wasn't really into that. He was like, man, nah, he gonna want to scale it. He gonna make it too big. But that's the whole point.
Yes.
Again, that's another, tribulation or whatever, or a trial or a test that me and my brother went through. But lo and behold, of course, that didn't go off right away. Me and Dan stayed in contact. I dropped an album called BZZY. And before I dropped that album, maybe like a month before that, I was reaching out to Dan, just consulting him on marketing tips.
Yeah.
I studied. I'm a huge Nipsey Hussle fan, so I studied his Victory Lap release.
Okay.
I was looking at
I was gonna say, what did that look like? I've heard.
If you go on his, say again.
Like what did that look like?
His marketing?
Yeah. What did it look like?
So if you go on his Instagram, like leading up to his album, The Victory Lap, he pretty much got it laid out. It was like a one post a day where he had like random footage where he talking behind it and stuff like that. And I had this old footage from when I lived in New Orleans, and from an old video that I used, just slowed it down, chopped it up, and put like little voice notes behind it to promote each song as the days came. So like I was just kind of mimicking off that, and it for what it did, it gave it a nice little push.
Yeah.
And what happened was when that album came out, it came out December 20th, 2019. I dropped it on the 23rd. That's when I went out to Brooklyn. Drove out to Brooklyn with $50 in my pocket on expired tags on that Chevy Cruze. I had borrowed some money from my brother to get back, but I went out there because I knew I had to do it. So like I went out there, performed, and I still had 10 people to come out. I'm in Virginia, and I had 10 people come out from New York, which was dope. So I made me like a little percentage, or that wasn't much, but I made something.
Yeah. The first or second one in New York?
This is the first ever when I ever met Dan in person, ever. I just went out there on my own. I ain't even had nowhere to sleep. I just slept in the car and drove right back. You know what I'm saying? Right, yeah. So you know, and then we just kept in in the loop like that. And when it came time for them to kind of be picking out which artist they want to go with, they just seen the type of steps that I would take and the type of sacrifices that I would make, and they was like, yo, we got to go with BZZY OG, and shoot, here we are. That shit.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's crazy, man. So I think, like not shortly after we met and we were talking with the building, you were doing a show in New York again, right? Was that the release of one of your albums?
Yeah. That was the release of OG, actually.
And I think I drove up. I was driving up there to see that joint. I wound up actually missing the show, but I still made it up there to network and connect and talk and like see the vibe.
Facts, crazy, and it was dope. Like I mean, but see that's the start of OG Sundays, really. You really think about it. Okay. We hadn't really officially did that, but that really was the first one. That was the first show that we did that we sold tickets for. We sold virtual tickets. We sold in-person tickets. We had a lot of, I guess you could say, tastemakers of New York in the building at the time. It was just like it was just a dope vibe. We had like a nice little studio right there in the city. And it was like, it was nice. Hidden. It was nice. Like, it was dope. It was a dope little experience, man. And we just had fun.
Yeah, I felt like I was doing something. I drove all over New York, going in the studio, meeting with people. I'm a DJ. I'm a producer. I'm an artist. I do this. I'm like, okay. Felt like I done made it. You know, you go to New York, we talk about music and hip hop, and you go to New York and deal in the studio. It's and then I came. I'm like, man, my studio ain't nothing. Then look at that. They had like 80. Like what do you call them things? Not pianos, but like they had all kind of musical equipment in there to make any kind of sound. Like they actually raw sound in there. The actual studio was like big as kind of where we are right now. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. Definitely gave me inspiration on what I aspired to have my studio to look like. But yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
It's always dope to be in a good vibe, a good studio, and yeah, we definitely hit the nail on the head that night. That was a good night.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. What's I mean, so you're an artist, you know what I'm saying? So and that's like the number one career path that everybody wants to go into as a youth. You know, I want to be a rapper. Outside of going to the league, NBA, NFL, it's a rapper, which even some still aspire to do both. Like what kind of advice would you give them? Like what did your journey look like for you starting from, with your friend as a group to going into the Navy to now you're producing music, like you're writing, you're having your songs produced?
Sure, I feel like my journey's still going. Yeah. But I would just talk about up to now, how it's been. I mean, one thing I've learned is that I was going about it, not that I was consciously doing this, but I was going about it the wrong way. And the reason I say this is because unless you know everything, you need a team. Yeah. Okay. Facts.
Crazy. We must be divinely connected right now because that was the next thing I was going to be talking about as a team. That's crazy.
The team, like it ain't going unless you just this, you just this anomaly that could do everything across the board. You absolutely need a team when it come down to doing music. It's just you cannot put your focus into everything. Yeah. But as far as my journey, I'd have been through everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna say I necessarily quit, but I felt like quitting. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's been times where it's like, what am I doing it for? I'd have had plenty of, heartbreaks where I think it's up and then it's not. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like having meetings out in LA and you know what I mean? Like, oh man, it's it. Mm-hmm. And it's a dud. You know what I'm saying? But like that's what forced me into being being independent was because like, man, I ain't got nobody to record my records all the time, or I got to spend all this type of money. Fuck it, let me go ahead and learn how to record myself. Yeah, I don't know how to, I got nobody to mix my records. Fuck it, let me go ahead and learn how to mix it myself. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think the only thing I haven't done is make beats. Okay, just because that's not necessarily my passion to do. Yeah, but out of necessity, I learned how to market. Out of necessity, I learned how to record and mix and engineer and do all this type of stuff. Out of necessity, I learned how to damn near not shoot my own videos, but I know how to edit my videos. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know how to do a whole lot of stuff and kind of have my hands in the mix to where, you know, if need be, I can make certain things look a certain way by myself. Yeah. And even with all that, you still need some sort of team behind you, even if it's just 3 people, man.
Would you say them 3 key people would be? Like, what would they need to be bringing to the table?
Bringing to the table? I mean, of course. I mean, they got to have, honestly, they probably got to be the same as you. I can't necessarily say it's a certain job that they got to do, but of course, if you have somebody on your team that's hellified at marketing, and you got somebody on your team that's hellified at making content, you know, especially in this climate, content is king. So, I mean, you see what we doing right now, content, you know, that shit rule the world, you know, right now. So, like, you gotta keep, you know, keeping that in that lane. I think if you got that, then you could definitely get seen by a lot of people.
That's dope. That's dope. So your journey as an artist started at the house with a friend to now throwing your own creative concert, and even further, there's more to it than that. But I mean, like, from there until now, like you say, you still constantly growing and developing into an OG. Because I mean, I'm hearing the advice. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people probably just starting out are going to say a team. And then you might also hear, you know, the opposite. You know, you got to do everything on your own. You don't have the money for a team yet. But, I mean, in order to start and get places, you actually have to have a team. You know what I'm saying? A lot of different books and business advice I've heard. You know what I'm saying? You want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, go with the team. So it's like, you know, hearing you say that just, like, puts a stamp on it. You know what I'm saying? So to aspiring artists, get you a team. But before we even heard team, I heard you say what you did. You learned everything on your own. You had the grind. You had, you know what I'm saying, that you know, you wanted it. I mean, that's all it is. You wanted it. So you went out there and did what you had to do to make sure you got the success that you wanted, which was, you know, currently where you are right now. And I mean, you're still striving to go further, but to get where you are now, like you say, you learn to edit, you learn to market, you learn how to record your music, you learn how to master it so that way it sounds good. For those who don't know, you know, I had to learn the difference in mixing, mastering, and, you know, recording and all that. I mean, right now we can record it, but for it to sound excellent, that would be, you know, mastering. So it sounds great when you get in the car and on different platforms, but mixing it would just be making it look and sound good together. So, I mean, I kind of, you know what I'm saying, did my own research, you know what I'm saying, wanted to have a studio. I didn't want to be an engineer. I didn't want to be the artist, and I didn't want to do anything. But the business of it, I still wanted to know and have knowledge of it. So I knew, you know, how to get the right people in place, and then also pass the advice along to an aspiring artist or business owner that want to do the same thing that I was doing as well. So, I mean, I definitely learned a lot in the process. So you definitely right about that, man. Definitely right about that.
Yep. You need that, man. And then, of course, I mean, as far as the money goes, you're going to have to sacrifice. There ain't no way around it. I don't care. It's just, you know what I hate? I hate when people be like, you know, they say, oh, what would you tell the artist, man? You know, just don't never give up, which is cool. Yeah. Keep striving, keep consistency. They don't tell nobody shit. No. You know what I'm saying? Because it really is a science to it. Yeah. You know? Yeah. But shit, you got the money, but I say this. A lot of people got the money, but the song may not connect with the people, you know. But you find your audience. The key thing is finding who wants to listen to your music.
That's a gem I've never heard drop when it comes to music.
Find who wants to listen to it. I mean, it's different. It's all different type of funnels that you can take people through. Just because you post it on your Instagram and you might get a like or two, don't mean they're gonna spend some money with you.
That's true.
You know what I mean? We got a lot of systems in place that we use to funnel people through. Yeah. To say, all right, boom, now this person right here, he likes BZZY OG enough to go ahead and buy a BZZY OG hat, to go ahead and buy a BZZY OG shirt, to spend and get a BZZY OG ticket at OG Sundays, and what we do is, like I said, when we get other artists, people that don't know, that's why the OG Sundays is becoming a real staple here, is because now people are wanting to do OG Sundays, because now it's turning into that what can I say, as far as like the it's like a notch on their belt if they perform at OG Sunday.
Dang, see, if you want to ask me, I probably would have throw something in there, but I mean, it's that level that they want to, you know, to get at. It's reached this it's level. I mean, for lack of better, trying to find the words out dictionary. The level. It's a level they want to be on, and that's OG Sundays right now. So,
yeah. And then the city, man, and I appreciate everybody who support, because I mean, it's been a beautiful thing. But I mean, one thing that people not gonna do, and I know it's a lot of people out there who seeing what we doing, and they like, yo, I'm gonna do the same thing. I ain't rocking with it, whatever. But ain't no way you gonna be able to skip the heartbreak, to skip the lessons. I ain't even gonna say losses, but I'm gonna say you're not gonna skip those. You gotta go through it, because it ain't no other way to get to success. But the lessons. That's it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you said sacrifices. I mean, like, so any of them you want to point out or mention, like, you know what I'm saying, to keep it transparent with the people out here on your journey and your grind to where you are right now.
I sacrifice sleep. You know what I'm saying? I sacrifice sleep. I sacrifice, time. You know that we go to somebody's job and punch in and sacrifice 8 hours a day, every day. But when it come to your own goals and businesses, we won't even do the same thing for that. It just don't make sense. Sometimes it take people a little while for it to kind of click, but when you really think about it, that's really what you're doing. You trading in your time for money. You know, and if you want to be a millionaire or whatever your goals are, you got to trade in that time. To get that. It ain't just gonna come just because, maybe you get an anomaly, but what comes easy don't last.
Oh, that's definitely true, man. That's definitely true. True. So you talking about I mean, like a lot of what you're saying about being an artist is knowing business as well. I mean, just the art and wanting to actually be a rapper or be an artist in the music industry is that passion. You know what I'm saying? Is that something that you actually want to do? But to be successful and to get, not even say successful, I mean, that word is used very loosely nowadays, but like to get to the point in the music industry that you want to get to, whether that's, mainstream, having a lot of albums, a lot of likes, a lot of follows, whatever it is, being able to do shows, concerts, travel the world, go on tours, is pretty much like a business. It's not even pretty much, like, it's a business. So you have to create, which is the artist part of it, and then you actually have to have a business model, a business structure to get to that point. You talked about knowing who your market is, which is called a niche market. Like, you have to niche down, know who the specific people are, your target market that want to actually listen to you and support you and buy your merch, down to having a team, which is a business. So you have to have a few key people to help you get there, because you're going to need more than one person besides yourself. You can't perform and do the backstage and do the ticket sales and you can't do everything. So, I mean, having a team.
You're going to be one stressed out individual.
For sure.
But I would say shouts to Dan again, because before I even did my partnership with them, I had to read All You Need to Know About the Music Business, whatever the latest version was at the time. I had to read that front to back, and I had to take a quiz on that before I actually signed my paperwork. So
Dan, the man with the master plan. Let's go. Shout out to Dan.
Yeah, and he did everything he said he was going to do. Probably one of the most stand-up guys I know.
That's what's up.
And I know him probably the least amount of, of the people that I talk to on a regular. So yeah, I gotta give it up to him and Wordplay. You know what I'm saying? They definitely was looking out.
That's dope. I mean, how would you define success?
Success is doing what you want to do. I think success is your family. I think success is like relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, the money is a byproduct. I mean, of course, we all need money.
Yeah.
And but the relationships are way more important.
Yeah.
Than the money, but the money make all that stuff come together.
Yeah.
Because, as for me in my position as a father, I get fulfillment out of knowing that I'm the go-to for my family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't, they don't have to go to anything happen, any emergency or whatever the case may be. My mom, my brothers, my kids, my old lady, anybody need anything, they can come to me and I can say, you know what, I got it. I don't want to be like one of them people that, man, I wish I could help. You know how you ask somebody for something and they go, man, I sure wish, like, man, get off my damn phone. I don't even want to talk to you, man. I'd have got more depressed fucking with you. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just being that go-to person, like, and still, like, being an example. Like, they see the sacrifices that I make. You know what I mean? And it took my old lady a minute to get behind what I'm doing. She ain't rocking with it, huh?
Is she there? She there now?
Yeah, nah, she good now. Yeah. She had everything. She see what's happening. Like, but when I was taking them trips to New York, she wasn't fucking with that. Yeah. When I was shooting the Rocket Patel video, all in the house and shit, she was asleep, mad at me. When I went to New Orleans to go shoot the video for Second Line, she wasn't fucking with that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When I go to New York, do business trips, stuff like that, she don't be fucking.
You said the New York water trip?
Nah, not that one. She was actually cool for that one. I shouldn't have been cool for that one. Fuck. Yeah. But nah, she wasn't rocking with a lot of stuff just because I think people don't take it. They don't take it like you serious. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even. It's crazy that we doing this interview, but I don't even tell people that I rap.
What are you telling me to do?
I don't tell them nothing. Like, let's say if I'm out and out and about, I just tell them, hey, my name is Brian or whatever. A lot of times they come to me, man, I ain't know you. Like, yeah, I do X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. Because it's a certain stigma when it come down to rappers. Yeah. I don't know why. But I guess, we known for lying and, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of shit. I'm going to be honest with you. And then, of course, a lot of people that say they rap, they be whack. So I get it, you know what I'm saying? Like, because, I mean, if somebody come hand me their CD, man, check me out, man. I'm not checking it out. It really got to be something.
That's one thing I can say about you, man. You definitely stand up honest. You're going to let you know right then and there. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't going to check it out.
The truth, don't ask me. I'm telling you now.
I ain't going to check it out. But you know what? It's funny. The ones that I did check out ended up being some real, stand-up. But it always has to be packaged right. Oh, yeah. Like, take my man Gator Money, for example. He reached out to me. I was doing like a little promo thing on, I think it was Instagram or something like that. And I was like doing a little marketing thing, but it actually came across his feed. Okay. And he ended up reaching out to me. And I was like, all right. I'm like, this kid, he's sending me this stuff. And like, he kind of looked like Biggie a little bit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing they kind of caught my attention or whatever. And I was like, you know what? Let me listen to his records. And I was like, this dude is phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so that's just one of the things. Like, he was just, his music just captivated. But normally, they ain't really something I do. I don't take a look at it. I toss your shit out the window.
As far as like stats, the stats global, man. What are some stats, man? Let us know some stats, man. Your successes, accomplishments, stuff like that. Like, drop a couple stats for us.
Okay. My number one watch video on YouTube is The Kingdom. That's at like 15K views. My favorite. So clap it up for that. Where the clap it thing at?
Let's get it.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. We got hold on. The first OG Sundays at Culture sold out.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, clap for that.
Let's go.
Hold on. No. I bought my first house last year. You know what I'm saying? Clap it up for that one. You heard me? Kids healthy, family healthy, everybody good, man. Mm-hmm. Them the stats I care about.
Go ahead. That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. It's not a money thing for me. Never about money. And I like to hear, from other people as well, to know that, human society is still a human society for right now. When it's not about the money, it's not about, what kind of car you driving, what kind of restaurant can you afford to eat, stuff like that. It's just about being humble, being blessed, being appreciative of, the journey, the successes, and, what we call successes. So, I mean, I really, like I said, I appreciate this moment. It's been a long time coming. We here. We're going to continue to go. Definitely going to be back. So y'all going to see more BZZY OG, a.k.a. Brian White.
I'll get you later.
All right. Let's get it.
All right, man. Hey, follow me, BZZY792 on IG and Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to my YouTube. BZZY OG. OG Sundays going down February 5th. And I'm also releasing my new single, Arthur Ashe, February 5th as well. So the same night, it's going to be OG Sundays / my single release party. So, man, y'all pull up. Tickets on Eventbrite.
Let's get it.